Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. I just got finished watching some wrestling with my son, man. Some old road dog, new age outlaws. So I'm going to kick it down like this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, A2D Radio proudly brings to you the betting champion of the world, Nate Moss Money Money Pot. And if you're not down with that, we got two words for you. What's going on, everybody? This is Moss Money here from Money Pot Podcast. I am the host. I'm the leader. I'm the CEO. I'm the president. And we talking upset specials again. Week 3. We are 1-1 and our poll question, and I'll get to that soon because it's a good one. It's a good one. It's gonna rub people the wrong way just a little bit, but it's really a good one. So I can't wait to get into that. So that is coming up. But we want to talk about the weeks before. First week, smashed it. Last week, the Jags got us beat up. The Jags got us beat up. So didn't hit that last week, but that's okay. I mean, they're underdogs for a reason, right? So thank you for joining. Thank you for waking up. Thank you for hitting the like, dropping a comment. If you haven't, if you're not a follower of the A2D radio train, you need to get on board. Make sure Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I'm so on my wrestling shit right now, like LA Knight, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Go ahead, drop a subscribe, drop a follow, hit that notification. Tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. Get with the program. You already know, you gonna know. It's really that simple. All right, let's get into the show and let's get into our poll question for those who are with us. Poll question of the day brought to you by Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is located at 6700 Mill Creek Ave in Levittown, PA. Please check him out. Use code A2D Radio for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Gleason'sBarandSteaks.com. Check it out below. Look at the link below. Type it in the phone below. Get in there below. Let's effing go. I'm hyped this morning. You know what I mean? I got my new money pot hat looking clean. Boy, that boy looking clean. You want to know why I'm happy? Because we won a lot of motherfucking money yesterday. And excuse my language this early this morning, but we did. And I can only do so much. You can either get on the train or you can watch it go past. What DJ Khaled said, you either win with us or you watch us win. And that's really what it comes down to. And it's so true when he says that. It's really what it is. You're either going to watch us win or you're going to win with us. And that's not a knock. That's not a shot. That's not nothing. I'm just letting you know. All I can give you is the video receipts. And if you go and check out Money Pot Betting on YouTube, you will see nothing but video receipts. You follow me on YouTube, you will see nothing but receipts. You follow me on Facebook, you will see nothing but receipts. Free game. That's all I can say. Free game. All right, let's get into the poll question. Poll question of the day. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will upset your Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said before, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Holla at your boy. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? Jalen Hurts is 0-2 against the Bucs. Doesn't do well against that Tampa 2 defense. Guys, we've seen the kind of what's the word? Kind of settle shots going out. First of all, it's Rondé Barber Day. So that's a shot in itself. Right? And then Jerry Vicious is giving him the Hall of Fame thing. That's another shot in itself. They might as well invite Donovan McNabb if they want to finish the deal. But with all that being said, we all know Nick Sirianni knows this. From my understanding, from what my eyes are telling me about Nick Sirianni, he doesn't take lightly to this. He'll be quiet and chill, But once game time comes on, he's going to turn it up even more. So I expect the Philadelphia Eagles to come out here with an attitude and a problem about what Rondé Barber is on when you play the Philadelphia Eagles. They want to remind people about what they did to the Philadelphia Eagles and Philly. So let's not get it twisted. I feel like this game is going to have a lot of emotion, a lot of bad emotion. It's going to get a little bit dirty with the big dogs up front for sure. There's going to be a lot of chatter with linebackers, receivers, corners. All that good stuff is coming in this game. So, like T.O., get your popcorn ready. This is going to be a good one. And Baker don't back down. That's not in Baker's DNA. Even though he's not a part of it, he will be a part of it. Baker's always had that quality of being a great leader in his way. People follow Baker. And that's why they're having some of the success they are now. And plus, Michael Evans is just going apeshit. So that helps. But let me know in the comments. Like I said, Tampa Bay Buccaneers will upset the Philadelphia Eagles. Agree or disagree? Woo! I'm having a hard time trying to take the fan out of me with this poll question. Because the Philadelphia Eagles, let's just put it out there. The Philadelphia Eagles are the better team, without a doubt. Up and down, left and right. Maybe outside of the linebackers. Actually, no, not outside of the line. The linebackers are better on Tampa. The linebackers are ridiculous. Levante Davis. I didn't know they actually killed Barrett over there as well. I can't believe I forgot the other boy. Damn, what's his name? But I'll think of it. But when you look at this teams, they're not really matched up really well. I mean, we have better receivers, quarterbacks, offensive line, whatever you want to call it. We have it better. Devin White, that's his name. But the spot just seems weird to me. The spot is really weird. We already know Boston Scott is out, Quez Watkins is out. I don't know what they're going to do in a 3 wide receiver set with Quez being out. Like, I know they signed Covey, but who's behind Quez as our third receiver? And I think that's going to be telling because even though Quez hasn't really done much at all this year, it's the dude from Atlanta. I forgot about him. But we only have 4 or 5 receivers. So our depth is going to definitely be tested. Zacchaeus. So, and we're going against a stout run team. So it's going to be good against good. So do I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will beat the Eagles? I think it's quite possible. Obviously, any given Sunday. Obviously, this is Monday Night Football. But I'm going to disagree to the poll. I don't think they will. I think the Eagles will prevail here. Because if they lose, there's bigger problems in Philadelphia than we all think. We like to put this mask on that because we went to the Super Bowl, like we're the best team in the NFC, and we're not. I'm telling you right now, we're not the best team in the NFC. Now, winning is the only thing that matters. Jalen Hurts obviously just said that recently. Like, when did we lose that foresight of winning is the only thing that matters? Style points are cool to have, right? Style points are cool to have in terms of winning. But at the end of the day, whoever gets the W versus the L, however that happens, is really and truly the only thing that matters. However, looking at the other teams, the other better teams that are in the league in our conference, i.e. Dallas. Now, Dallas took a hit because Diggs is out for the year, so that notches them a notch down. And San Fran. But when you look how they're winning, I don't care if it's tomato cans in front of them. If you look how they're winning, they're dominating their opposition. We are not as of yet. We haven't clicked full round ago, right? We haven't seen the Jalen Hurts of last year. I've seen the Jalen Hurts who's processing stuff. Now he's trying to beat people with his mind on the field. He understands. He knows how he can beat people with his arm and his legs. I think he's already figured that out. Now he's trying to out chess match the chess masters. And he talked about this as well. Like he was trying to get better in all three aspects of the game: mentally, physically, uh it can't be spiritually. What was he said three aspects? I think I know he said mentally, physically, and I forget the other one off the top of my head. Damn, I had a good take going and I messed it up because I couldn't remember. But the mental part is the one that sticks out because he wasn't talking like that last year. So now he knows, he understands what greatness looks like, what that takes to get to that next step. And the greats mentally are sharper than anybody else around them. We all know that. And he's trying to take that next step. So that's what I see. That's why things haven't looked as crisp and as sharp as we would expect it to. And he doesn't have a big game. Now, I'm not holding him that. I'm not holding that accountable because we're winning, right? It's going to live and die by him. If we win, he's going to get the credit. If we lose, he's going to get the questions. So that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the quarterback. $250 million. You know what I mean? That's what the position requires. You're not going to put a guy in there who's been to the mountaintop and not pay him. So accountability, I think, is subjective here. You're accountable because you're the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, not because you make $250 million. All the quarterbacks are accountable, in my opinion. Now there's a different tier because you get paid that much, and from a fan base, oh, like I need to see something on the field, bro. We paying you X amount of money, but why are you saying that if they're winning? So that tells me you want style points. Your eyes need to believe that that guy is worth X amount of dollars, and that goes across anybody. Across on, I used to say it about Fletch, right? Fletch was $100 million tackle. Defensive tackles don't win you championships, period. So, but Fletch is a legend. Fletch is probably the greatest defensive tackle to ever put on Eagles green. Big Fletch fan, always have been. But just being honest, $100 million for a D tackle, not named Aaron Donald? I don't know. I need to see sacks among sacks, right? Like, and so it's the same kind of concept. But going back, and I'll catch up with y'all in the comments because I'm going on a little bit of rant here. I disagree to the poll. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will win this game, but I think it's going to be a dogfight. I really do. I think it's going to be a dogfight, and I think it's going to be really, really close and closer than what people expect. I don't think that the tight ends and his running ability is going to give him the leeway in the game flow of this game, and I think they're going to have to he's going to have to pass to beat them. He's not going to be able to run the ball. He's not going to be able to they might have found some success in the run. I wouldn't be surprised if Penny's the better runner here because Swift is more bouncy, fast. I know linebackers that they have is going to be able to go side to side. I think the best way is strong on strong, punch them right in the mouth and just keep hammering them, pause. Just keep going. So Penny, I think, could be a real asset here because you're going to need that punisher who gets you those third and 3, 4 yards. But it's the way they get it, the domination of the offensive line, trying to take control of the line of scrimmage is so vital in this game. So we'll see come Monday night how this all kind of shakes out. From a betting perspective, the play is probably Tampa because I think this looks like more of a 3-point game. They will be hype for all the festivities. So that does make sense a little bit to me. But let's bring up our handy dandy sportsbook. And let's get to the bets, man. We got some more underdog bets to go, but we're sticking here with the Philadelphia Eagles for Monday Night Football. Let's bring it on down. The line is at 5. I believe it was 6. It's getting bet down again and again. A good bet here would be to tease up Tampa and tease them up with somebody else. Maybe somebody like the Ravens. Ravens are probably going to be a very popular bet right here with that 7.5 and that hook. No Richardson today. Maybe Atlanta might be a good bet, or even the Jags. Yeah, the Jags would be good. So you got to be careful. The bookman is smart, right? The bookman has these -7.5 for a reason. This is going to be the biggest teaser bet of the day, right here. And this is why. You put a teaser here, right? You do a 7-point teaser, and it's just these two the teams to win. The Jags and the Baltimore Ravens to win at .5. I guarantee you this will be the biggest bet teaser of the day. Absolutely. Or you don't want to pay that much juice, have them win by just a point, 6.5. So be careful. The bookman is smart for a reason, right? The house always wins for a reason. So just be careful. It just looks like a no-brainer bet to me, but weird stuff happens, man. Weird stuff happens in the NFL. So be super, super careful on how this plays out. All right. But getting back to our bet for Monday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles versus Tampa Bay. Line is at -5. Money line is -2.5. Total is 45. Like I said, I think Tampa's kind of the bet here. They're going to have to pass to win. And for what your eyes are telling you, let me ask you guys a question. And try not to be the fanboy about it. Try to use what you've seen this season. Passing the ball with the receiver core that they have, for what you've seen, and the offensive play calling, and I'm not sure if you've seen Tampa. Who do you trust more? Jalen or Baker? Let me know. What's going on, Chucks? Catching up with y'all comments, man. Sorry, I was on my shit. You know what I mean? It's talking. It's talking. This is what I do, man. This is what I do. BD, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Himes, you're here. Appreciate you, family. Appreciate you. Doing big things today. I don't see anybody answering that Jalen. I think it's a little bit more even than what people give it credit for. Jalen hasn't looked amazing yet. We're looking for that Jalen-esque game. And historically, in the last two games, he hasn't played well against Tampa, right? He hasn't thrown for 200 yards yet. He hasn't thrown for multiple touchdowns yet. He's been sacked 7 times in 2 games. Couple of them, especially last game, was his fault. He's running into people, which is really uncharacteristic by him. So, um, but if you look at Baker right now, I think Baker had a 300-yard game last game, if I'm not mistaken. Mike Evans went absolutely nuts. Let me bring that up. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had like 170 or something yards last game. Yeah, Baker has 490 yards, no picks. He's taking care of the ball. 490 yards. They beat somebody good first. Oh no, they didn't. They beat Chicago and they beat Minnesota. He had 300 yards last week, and then before that, he had 173. And he's doing well, and they're protecting him. He's only been sacked once. He's able to deliver the football. So I know Baker gets bad rap, but you know we're going to see. We're going to see come this game. So let's get some bets for this game. I disagree to the poll. I think the Eagles will win this game, but it's going to be really, really tight. And I think that's why you see the line tricking down. All right, let's see if we can find some bets in here. I think one of the biggest bets, or probably the biggest bet that you're going to see here from a player prop perspective, is definitely going to be AJ Brown over his receiving prop. We already know how Nick Sirianni is after a disgruntled employee or somebody who doesn't get the ball or something like that. They're going to be looking for AJ Brown early and often. I expect AJ to hit this number at 67.5. I think Devontae's very good. Mike Evans, over 53.5 makes a lot of sense. I don't know if Bradbury's going to play. It seemed like he's streaming like he's going to play. So that makes Bradbury and Slay back as our starting corners. Um, so that makes a lot of sense to me as well. But we have AJ Brown over is definitely a play here. You're gonna have to pay some of the juice on that, but um, it's hard not to do not to see that. I'm trying to think um, on this offense. Who would be the matchups? Is it going to be Slay and I guess it'd be Slay and Evans and um, Bradbury against Godwin. And I guess you have to take Godwin in that matchup. Bradbury didn't look too good last game, man. It really didn't. I mean, Blankenship is huge coming back, in my opinion. And I'm trying to remember, does Slay travel? I don't think Slay travel. I mean, Slay can travel, but when Bradbury's out there, I don't think he does. But I think last game, Bradbury didn't have such a good game. So let's see here. What's the passing prompt? I think until they stop it, I like this over, man. I really do. I've been on the secondary because this is my thing. Our pass rush is only going to come up from the middle. It hasn't been generated from the side. Something's wrong with Reddick. Whether he's mad about his contract, whether the thumb is really bothering him. I don't think last year was a fluke because it was 3 years in a row he had over double-digit sacks. So he's due big time. But the offensive line at Tampa's kept him clean. So my second best bet of this game is Baker Mayfield over 277 yards. I think he gets there easy. I really do. I think he passes for almost 250, 275 yards. I said this about Kirk Cousins last game, and I'm going to keep riding that train. I think there's a leak in our secondary because of our pass rush. Because our pass rush hasn't gotten home. I don't mind the 250 here, right? I don't mind the 250. I really don't. I think 250 is a good bet. I think they've given up 250 the last 2 weeks. Now that I think about it. Yeah, they have. They gave up 300 yards to the last two guys. That might be the better bet than that's probably the better bet than Evans. Baker Mayfield over 250 yards. That's the best bet for sure. Love that bet. Plus 150 too? Come on, man. Because think about this. If Baker only has over 2 touchdowns, right? It's plus money for him to have 2 touchdowns. And they're not going to be able to run on us. We already know that. We have like the best rush defense in the league. And they can only score 19 points. So they have to score at least twice. So you think they're going to rush on us? I don't think we haven't given up a rushing touchdown all year, have we? Maybe to the Patriots? Let me see. Nah. We haven't given up a rushing touchdown all year. It's all been passing touchdowns. Yeah. Giving up 7 touchdowns. 7 passing touchdowns in 2 games. Oh man. What's the weather going to be like in Tampa on Monday? Let me check that. It's going to be raining? Because I know there's a big storm and stuff. NFL football. I'm stuck on this game. I really am. I think it's going to be fine come Monday. Mm. Scattered rain showers, but at 85, 28%. That's not too bad. Yeah, give me Baker. Give me AJ Brown over. I'm fading all rushing. I would probably go under here for Jalen Hurts, to be honest with you. I don't think he gets out of here. But those are my two best bets here for upset poll question of the day. Will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers upset the Philadelphia Eagles? I disagree to the poll. I wouldn't take -5, to be honest with you, just the way we've been playing. It's a very possible. There's so much variance, right? It'd either be a Tampa Bay tight win, or the Eagles are going to bomb on them. The only way the Eagles bomb on them if our pass rush wakes up, in my opinion. I think that's the key to winning this game. Getting Baker moving, getting him shaking, making bad throws. Our pass rush needs to be dominant in this game for us to win this game. I'm not worried about the offense. That'll come. Eventually, they break down. But if our pass rush doesn't get home, there is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So Baker plus 250, AJ Brown minus 125 are my two best bets for this game. I want to see, they got sacks up yet? No, they don't. I also liked receptions for AJ Brown. I just want to see if he's there. Kind of like a pick for Hurts. All right. So we got another game that I want to talk about here. And this might be the best bet like of every week that I've ever had. So make sure you guys are locked in. If you haven't, go ahead, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. Make sure you're following the money train to get on board, because I'm just dropping gems. Dropping gems, man. Dropping gems. All right. This bet is so cold. I really like Atlanta in this game. I think Atlanta might win this game. Detroit is banged up. I believe Amon St. Brown is going to play, but I know he's banged up as well. I had their injury report up at one point to kind of give you a detailed list of who's hurt, who's out. So, Halapolo Vaitai is out for them. Their starting guard. St. Brown is questionable. We already know. If you don't know, C.J. Garner Johnson is out. I think he's out for the season. So I know that is a huge blow to them because they were big on him being there. So that's big. Josh Reynolds, the other receiver, groin issues, supposed to be good to go. St. Brown, like I said, with the toe. But Mosley's out, Vitai's out, Montgomery is doubtful. So they have a litany of starters who are out. So think Vitai's out, Gardner's out, Montgomery's out. That's 3 starters. St. Brown's hurt and Reynolds are hurt. That's 2 receiving starters, 2 receivers. So to me, they're not going to be at 100%. And I don't think you can line up Gibbs like you do Montgomery and just run the ball down their throats. On the other side, though, Atlanta is somewhat fairly healthy, somewhat. Everybody who's hurt has been hurt. Since then, they only have Jeff Okuno. It's questionable, I believe, from the cornerback position on Cordell Patterson, the running back. You all know is questionable as well. But I really like Atlanta in this game. I think Atlanta is the play here. I wouldn't mind if you touch the money line. I think Atlanta actually wins the game outright. But that is one of my best bets. But the best bet I want to give you guys is a rushing receiver for Bijan. He's going to have a field day with this Detroit defense. I like his receptions and rushing. I got it at 95.5. It's at 96.5. He might get 96 yards just rushing. So give me Bijan Robinson over rushing receptions, 96.5 yards. He's going to be the center of that offense, just like we saw last week. He had over 150 yards all-purpose yards last week. He looked clean, looked good, looks shifty. Looks like Possibly and I'm saying this on a limb. I think Chucks would approve of this. Chucks being our running backs study guru guy. He might be the best running back in the league. You know, he might be up there, and I don't do that for rookies, but I've heard that before, and the numbers might speak to it. He really might be the best running back in the league, or the talent level is definitely there. So, yeah, give me Bijan over rushing and receptions. This is an amazing number. It's so low. It's way too low for the starting running back to only get 96 yards all purpose for a team that doesn't have a lot of receivers. Come on, man. That's easy money. Easy money. I'll keep that up there for y'all so y'all can see the 30. Getting these player props out here. Unfortunately, you can't tease them. Can't tease them. Can't parlay them. But like I said, I don't have anything else for this game. I don't really trust Ritter. You know, I think the under for golf is interesting. They're gonna be throwing all game. I would probably look at receptions for Gibbs. Will probably be a good play here. What is it? 3.5? Yeah, but you're paying a lot for it. It's minus 66. 160, $1.66. I can't pay that. I would probably look under here for St. Brown. But we're just you don't know with that toe and how that toe is going to be affected. I like the Michael Pitts here over 34. Let me see what his numbers have been last couple games. Let's see here. Atlanta. Just doing a little bit of research live, man. If y'all still in here, man, drop a comment. MPB that you guys are still in here, still with us. We're dropping free gems, dropping free plays. Let me know in the comments. Is there a game you want to see? Is there a game you want me to break down and look at? And I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Because like I said, man, video receipts. I got to back it up. I don't know what else to tell you. All right, let's see here. Matt Collins, BJ leads them in receiving. He has 10 receptions. Oh, Pitts only has 4. Who's second? Drake and Matt Collins. Let's see what y'all were in Matt Collins. Got 3 receptions in both 3 games. What's his line? 2.5. Makes sense. And what's Detroit doing against receivers? Let me see real quick. I'm trying to find another bet for y'all. They got cooked up by Seattle, though. I know that. Between the receivers for Seattle, but he also threw 41 times. That's not going to happen. 14 receptions between DK Metcalf and Tyler. And then against KC, it's going to be hard for them to lose 2 home games at home, though. Oh, he passing around. Yeah, so leave that Matt Hollins bet alone. BJ Robinson over 3.5 sounds good, too. I wonder what his carries are. Yeah, Russell. What's his carries? BJ. I'm all over BJ props today. Anything is you can't go wrong with a BJ prop today. I wonder where his attempts are. Wow, race to 20 rushing yards. That looks like easy money. Plus 140. Love that bet. Is there another one? He's going to rush to 40 yards, 60 yards, race to 80 yards, 100 yards. Does BJ get 100 yards today? Got you, Chrome. Give me a sec. Does BJ get 100 yards today? 2-1. BJ gets 100 yards today. I don't think they've given up a 100-yard rusher yet. That Detroit defensive line is pretty decent. I mean, Mahomes had the most rushing yards in Seattle. Kenneth Walker had what? Yeah, he didn't have that much. They're all good running. Well, you can't count Mahomes, but Kenneth Walker's a pretty decent runner. Not the dynamic runner that obviously BJ is. But Gino also threw 41 times. So, does Desmond Ritter have a couple rushing yards on his back? No, he's got a couple wheels. I wonder what his numbers are. He didn't rush at all against Carolina, but Green Bay he had 10 rushes for 39 yards. That's interesting here, right? 250 rushed to 110 yards. Um, Let me see what the rushing yards is for Ritter, and then Chrome. I'll get to you real quick. Just stick with me, brother. Receptions. Here we go. Kind of like this 15.5. I feel like that's low. I would take a stab with this. That's 15.5. That makes a lot of sense. He could get this in one run. Mahomes had 40 something yards rushing against them. And what's his name? Gino had 20. I'm taking it. Give me Desmond Ritter over 15.5 yards. Another best bet. Makes too much sense to me. All right. Chrome, you got you said Minnesota and I want to say the Clippers. I don't know why. Minnesota's and the Chargers. So this game is a real interesting game, and this is a stay away game for me. Just because you got two 0-2 teams facing off, and if you don't know, if you go 0-3, your chance of making the playoffs are dramatically low. I think only maybe teams that have started off 0-3, maybe only like 15 to 10% of them have actually turned it around and make the playoffs. So this is a must-win game for either side, and it's in Minnesota. No running backs to be heard of. I know Akers did get picked up by Minnesota. I don't know what that looks like. He can only do certain plays. Like that's it. He's not going to be able to do, obviously draws, counters, probably power. He only should get maybe a handful of rushes. So the question is, what props make sense here in this game? And we all know that defense on the Carolina side, I'm sorry, the Minnesota side has been very, very leaky. This is a true 50-50 game. And Minnesota has given up, 100 and something yards to Mike Evans in the first game. I think he had oh no, that was second game. He had 66 yards in the first game. And then to us, he gave up a touchdown pass to Devontae, and Devontae had 131 yards. So in my head, I would be leaning here towards the running backs because I know Minnesota got gas last week. I think it's a little bit different though because we have such a stout offensive line, a dynamic rusher. They don't have that talent on the Chargers. Now, if it was Eckler, it'd be different, but it's not Eckler, it's Kelly. So a little bit different. I think that's going to be an overly used prop that I'll probably stay away because I can't trust Kelly. But I trust the receivers. I trust Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, think about it. He's that X guy that Kellen Moore is starting to really target and use a lot. And the Minnesota Vikings cornerbacks just can't stand up, right? If you think about it, A.J. Brown had a PI. He had a PI for a touchdown, I believe. He should have almost caught 2 touchdowns. So if you think about it, Devontae had the 1 touchdown, and A.J. Brown could have had 2 touchdowns. So our receivers would have went off, and all this conversation about, owning up for Jalen Hurts would have never happened because he would have had 2 or 3 touchdowns and probably 230, 240 yards. So we can all put kind of, if you think about that, how the narrative changes just because of a couple different things. So I'm leaning here, Chrome, to the receiving prompts, and I would be really looking at Keenan Allen here at 75 yards. It's high, but I think he gets it. Now, Justin Jefferson's already at 100 yards right here. So, but he's been killing it. He's been killing it. I think he's at 150. I think he's the first two. I think he's the first player to start off with 150 yards in both 2 games with 10 catches, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder what his reception prompts are. Was it like 9, 7.5? That's probably, the books are catching up with Justin Jefferson, but I kind of like this at 7.5 because even if he doesn't get the 100 yards, he's going to get at least 6 catches, at very least 6 catches. So, um, you know, I would probably look at that because I mean, think about it. Devontae Smith had 4 catches for 131 yards. He broke one long, and they both had 5 or 6 targets. But Devontae Swift ran the ball 30 times. I mean, we didn't have to throw. You know what I'm saying? I think the Chargers are going to have to throw. So I think both guys are going to be throwing. I haven't seen a lot of Chargers football. So let me real quick look at the Chargers and what they've done over the last 2 weeks. Let me see here. They lost to the Dolphins in the trap meet, and they lost to the Titans last week. He still threw for 300 yards. I would be looking at all Chargers props here for me. I don't trust Kirk Cousins in the Minnesota Vikings at all. And I don't trust that Joshua Kelly is going to start rushing all crazy just because Devontae Swift did. That's bad betting to me. Both Keenan Allen and Mike Williams had 8 catches last week. I expect the same thing again. Like, I really do. I expect the same thing again. Like, why not? They're not like they just kind of saw this type of offense and they put up 34 points. Now, obviously, we ran all over them, but let me see. Against the Dolphins, Tua just went ape shit with 460 something yards, and Keenan Allen still led everybody in targets. So for me, Chrome, give me Keenan Allen here over his 70, 75.5 yards. I think he eats up today. He probably scores again, to be honest with you. What up? What up? What up? Chrome says I have Allen and Jefferson as anytime. Yeah, I mean, anytime touchdowns are always it's tough, and it's kind of how you do it. In this game, Justin Jefferson, he never really scored that much. Even last year, he's just a yard grader. He eats up yards, but he never scored that much. He scores on long touchdowns or like quick jet sweeps and stuff close to the red zone. Remember when the Dolphins scored, Tyreek Hill had 2 touchdowns, but they were long touchdowns. Like, it wasn't nothing close. Like, he just, it's Tyreek. So I would actually look at Madison scoring here today from the Viking side, or TJ Hawkinson. I think they've given up 2 rushing touchdowns already in both games. I think they gave up one to Mustard, the Chargers, and I think they gave up one to Henry, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I think they gave up 2 rushing touchdowns Now that I'm looking at it, they gave up one to Ryan to Tannehill. They only gave up one receiving touchdown in both games. So that tells me they play a little bit tight. I think Eric Kendricks is out. I'm not sure Eric Kendricks is still in the Vikings though. I think he might have got traded, but if he is, I know he's out. I would probably look at Madison here to score. I think that's a decent bet. Or TJ. Not so sure about Jefferson today. You said something about the passing prompts. Look at this, 180 over 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I mean, it kind of tells you right here where this game is going to be. It's going to, both teams are not really stout running the ball, and they're close to 300 yards passing, so it should be somewhat of a shootout. What's the line here? 54 and a half. Yeah, so just a quick gem. You see a high total here. You can know there's gonna be a lot of scoring. Gonna be a lot of offensive firepower, unless the books just get it wrong and they just do a crapshoot. But it's inside. It's in a dome, fast track. That's why I like Keenan Allen's over at 75 yards. He's going to be the focal point of this offense. Keenan Allen should probably get 100 yards today. Let's see what that bet is. What's Keenan Allen over 100? 2-1 for Keenan Allen giving on 100. I love this bet right here. Love this bet. Love this bet. Willie Vegas, what's up, bro? So here's Chrome. Here's a good bet for you. Check this out. So we'll take this off. Hope you guys got all these bets. And we'll take this off. If you like this game, Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson over 100 yards. You can't parlay him. Actually, you should be able to. Hold on. I got this. Same game parlay. It's a Chrome special. Where we at? Jefferson. Ooh, that 105. They love to put that number there, don't they? So we'll go 105, 99 and a half. That's 5-1 already. But my bet small, win big, guys. $25 and win you 100, almost $150. Gotta love that. But if you want more, so give me 5 for him. I wish there was 5 for him. So give me 5 for him. That makes a lot of sense. 5 receptions. He'll eat that up. And then 250 for Herbert. Let's see. I don't like that. Give me my touchdown scorer. Yeah, there we go. Same game parlay right in front of y'all. We give me Justin Jefferson over 105 yards receiving, Keenan Allen over 100 yards, Keenan Allen 5 reception, and Madison to score anytime touchdown. Like I say, 8-1, $25 win you 250. Bet small, win big. If you don't like this one, Madison, and you want to go with your Jefferson or even Keenan Allen, those numbers start to go up. How is that less? Isn't that weird? Let me see. If I take this off and put this on, this is 800. But he's favorite to win. But if I add this guy and take this off, it's less. All right. How strange is that? I've never seen that before. Books telling you something. Books are telling you something. Just want to see something. If you go all Keenan Allen to have a day. Oh, I took the other thing off. Oh yeah. 99 yards. 4-1. 5 receptions, a touchdown, and 100 yards. I've never seen that before. That's very strange. This shouldn't be more. It's not more there. Hmm. But if I do this, it's only 750. Really strange. To be safe, maybe even hit him with this. I think that's a decent bet right here for a game that's supposed to score almost 55 points. Pretty good chance Keenan Allen scores. I would probably be more like 75 or half a unit. Chrome special. Yeah, man. Now you can play with this anywhere you want on this parlay Chrome, but yeah, this is where I would be. This is where would be my base for a same game parlay in this game. So, all right. So those are my two upset plays of the day. Oh well, really just the one upset is the Falcons. Just the dog of the day for me. If you like what you hear, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow notification button. And we'll be back next week for more upset series of the day. Go Birds. As always, happy betting, happy hunting. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pop Podcast. I'm out of here.